Hi Libras, my name is Tawana. Today we are going to do a reading for you. This won't resonate with everyone, but it's intended for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. And today I am going to use a couple different decks, the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck, the Wisdom of the Oracle, maybe, the Angel Answers Oracle, and my favorite tarot deck recently, the Radiant Wilds Atlas Tarot. And I have already shuffled, so we can just jump right in. The first card we have is card number 10, which there's a significance to the 10 in this reading. For me, I feel like it's like really standing out to me. 10 in numerology talks about the endings of cycles. I think the World card is number 10 in the tarot deck. I'm not sure. XXI is what, 11? Is that 11 in Roman numerals? I'm really not sure. But yeah, 10s signify like a cycle completing. There's closure, there's an ending, but also on being on the precipice of a brand new beginning as well. And then following that, we have Dream a Beautiful Dream, which to me, this card looks like a brand new beginning, but it feels like you're going through, it's like your body, your soul, the universe, God, whatever is speaking to you is like asking you to like be a little bit insular, maybe before a brand new beginning starts. It feels like a decentering of everything external and your relationships, and maybe as you are realizing that you need to like decenter some relationships, maybe that could look like taking breaks from them. Maybe these are temporary breaks or permanent breaks, or like permanent endings, I should say, but it doesn't necessarily feel personal. Like it's not personal. It feels like you are having to have an increased level of focus for your own self-development at this current moment. And as a result of you needing that level of focus on yourself, it's like your relationships are being impacted maybe more than you realize that they would, more than you realize that this simple action of rest would like influence them. And maybe some of you are just like cooking something up. Maybe you're like manifesting something. Maybe you're like, I know for me, I know that there's going to be a Mercury retrograde every single year in like my sign. Capricorn is one of my signs. So at the end of the year, I just like plan to take some time off. Like I very much like plan my insular hermit period at the end of the year every year. And I don't know if that's like something that you're doing. Like maybe you're like planning your goals for the new year or whatever. But it feels like whatever you're doing requires such a high level of focus that you are needing to take your energy from like the people who you support, the people in your family, your friends, your lover, your whatever. It feels like a time for you. Like this is a time for you. Maybe you have needed this level of restoration on a deep level, and maybe you haven't even realized until this very moment. But I feel like you almost don't have a choice anymore. Like you are needing this level of focus on yourself right now, and you realize that. So we start the reading with the Queen of Wands and the Three of Wands. Don't know if this is you. I kind of do feel like this is you. And this is my multi-dimensional Queen card. Whether you're a male or female, this person is a very multifaceted, multi-dimensional. And I feel like could you possibly be planning for something in the future, or maybe this is travel, or yeah, it feels like you're like looking into your future. Maybe like what is next for me in the future? What is the next step on the path? What is the next level on the path? Maybe this is like a plateau. Maybe this is You've done a lot lately. You've achieved a lot. You've gotten to a level of what is next. Like, what is next for me? Maybe that's what this is. And I feel like because of that, it's almost like it's so deeply contemplative and so deeply personal that maybe you have to do it in private. Maybe this is like a very personal process. Maybe you're looking for like, what is your next new opportunity? Maybe this is in work, because we have the Ace of Pentacles and we have the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe this is a refocus or a deep contemplation on what is my next opportunity? What is my next opportunity in work? What is my next opportunity in love? What is my next opportunity? Whatever you're going through. I don't really know what is happening for all of you personally. And this is going to be in different parts of all of your lives. But this is a deep contemplation on what am I going to do next? Where does my what do I want to manifest next? And some of you, this is going to be in your material world, looking like your job, your income, money, like resources. What am I gonna do next? New opportunities. And maybe some of you guys have already like manifested a new beginning, a new financial beginning in your reality. Maybe that's what you needed to like go deep for. You needed to like have that moment of self-focus to be able to manifest this and bring this into your reality. And then we have the Five of Wands, Six of Cups, and the Eight of Wands, which to me, this is like the manifestation has come in. You may be doing something new, or like you're like manifesting something new, but it feels like there's a bunch of like, there are hurdles in getting there. There are hurdles. If you've already manifested this is like stepping into the new reality and like having to simmer down and get comfortable in it, because it's not immediately comfortable. And if you're manifesting something new and it hasn't arrived in your reality yet, it feels like maybe the work in getting there. The Eight of Wands to me talks about like taking fast action, but in this card, it talks about like the ways. To me, it talks about the ways we have to like flex and bend and be malleable and adaptable to achieve our desired outcome. Some of you guys, this is going to be a relationship that you have manifested. And it's almost like you're in the part now where it feels so new and it feels so fresh that it's almost like, you know how you go into a new relationship and they call like the first phase the honeymoon phase, and everything feels good and like all of your faults look like great things to each other, and then the honeymoon phase passes and then like the reality hits that like, I may not like this about this person. This annoys me about this person. That's what this is like. I feel like there's like compromises that need to be made. There are multiple agendas. There are multiple points of view. There are multiple viewpoints. And there's not to say that any one of those viewpoints are correct or incorrect. It's just based on the people involved. That's how this feels. Yeah, there are multiple perspectives. Maybe that is what you're going through right now. You're realizing like the compromises that need to be made in order to have like sustainable relationships with others in your reality, and also like balancing your own level of like self-care and prioritization of like you and what you need in this moment. We have next these cards: Nine of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. So you're holding back from something, and I feel like that's what's causing a high level of anxiety. There's another person here with you in your reality. They're coming up as the Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the King of Wands. And I feel like it's this person that you have a level of like, it's like you're both doing a dance of compromises. Maybe you're building a new relationship with this King of Wands, Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. This could be someone with a child or someone who travels often. And it feels like to me, it's almost like you're finding the perfect dance between you and this person. How much do I give? How much do you give? What are the compromises that work between us both? How much am I willing to bend? How much are you willing to bend? In a healthy way, without us like arguing or having contention or disagreements. It actually feels, I actually want to say that this feels healthy. I'm very reluctant in saying that, and we're going to see what the advice is afterwards, but I feel like there's a level of health here because two people are recognizing their capacities and conveying that to each other. And that's a normal process in any like relationship dynamic, whether that's an intimate relationship dynamic or that's a friendship dynamic. It's having to learn each other. And I feel like there's something here about two people having a really difficult time like learning each other to be able to dream this beautiful dream maybe together. And maybe there are more than two people involved in this too, because we have a couple of court cards here. It almost feels like based on someone holding, or based on someone's level of anxiety, it's causing them to like hold back. Like, how much do I really give to this situation? What do I want here? What do I, you know, like that's how I feel like. Virgo, maybe that's, why did I call you Virgo? Libra. Do you have Virgo placements? Yeah, Libra, is that you? Are you the one doing like the brainstorming and the deep contemplation of how much am I willing to give? Because I feel like based on this process, it's like you're tempted to just release the connection and be insular. But I almost feel like whatever you're going through is normal. It's kind of normal. It's almost like the person that you're dealing with is being challenged, and so are you. The person that you're dealing with who's coming up as this masculine energy, this King of Wands, Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, it's like you two are going to your separate corners of the room. You two are going to your separate corners of the room because you don't know how to compromise. You don't know how to compromise yet, and I feel like this, you're in the process of either figuring that out if you choose that, and if they choose that, because we all have free will. It's in the process, if you both are willing to go through the figuring out, that I feel like the improvement will come. The new beginning will come if somebody has already decided to walk away from this agreement, this connection, this friendship, this dynamic, because the Eight of Cups is here. Almost feels to me like the King of Wands is walking away because the Queen of Wands is, it's like they're not able to, this is actually too a true pair match. Like these are people who are on the same energetic wavelength. They are equals, but they are not on the same page yet. It's almost like there's some haziness or confusion that needs to just be cleared out of this dynamic for you both to be able to see that it is possible. Like a compromise is possible. Anyway, the King of Wands, I feel, they're going through like their own level of frustration. And I feel like that's causing them to like withdraw emotionally, which is also impacting the development of the relationship with the Queen of Wands. But here we have the Knight of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. And this feels to me like this is the part where the King of Wands is coming in to rectify the situation. Like, tempers were high, we were both frustrated. Can we move beyond this? And I feel like it's possible, Libra. I really do feel like it's possible. And that's wild for me. Like, I don't say these things lightly. I'm the first person to be like, if a relationship feels too stressful, if it feels too contentious, like, go in another direction. Go in another direction. I do not believe in like stressful dynamics. Like, I just don't believe in that. So I'm very wary of how I communicate in these readings because they're so general, and I don't ever want to like encourage people to do things that are harmful for them. But in this particular reading, I do want to say that there's a healthy level of compromise that is possible if two people are willing to work together. Beside the Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, we also have the Six of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Swords. And I do feel like this is someone having or being open enough to communicate with you. I don't know if you had an ending with someone in the past couple of weeks, or you decided to walk away and they decided to walk away, and you both decided to slam doors at each other and just be done with it. But it feels like, to me, it's not really over. It's not really done. That was just as a result of a high level of stress. And maybe after that high level of stress, you needed to take care of yourself. You needed a moment to like replenish, rejuvenate, because that was stressful. But it feels like there's like an opportunity to move beyond the stress of this situation, because someone is like opening up their throat chakra to communicate. Someone is saying something, making an attempt to do that. And then the last set of cards we have are the Nine of Wands. So self-containing energy, being very protective of yourself. The Five of Swords, the King of Cups. And I feel like this is just like introducing more love and I want to say light into the situation, and compassion for the both of you being human beings who are adjusting to a brand new opportunity, maybe with each other. Like, if you could both just have the level of compassion with each other to know that it's uncomfortable for the both of you, I feel like it makes navigating the Five of Swords, conflict, disagreement, mental battles, mind games, I feel like it puts all of this into perspective, because you both see that we don't really have to do that. We don't really have to engage with each other like that. This card is really powerful for me closing the reading, because this Five of Swords is unique in that it illustrates three people who are very similar people, but they just have different color heads. And because they have different color heads, they're remaining separated when they could really just like come together and be a force out there in the desert, you know? It's almost like this reading is coming to offer you a different perspective. Like, it is possible for this to work, but we're gonna get some advice. Let's hear from the angels. Spirit guides, angels, what's the advice for Libra? What's the advice for Libra? I mean, if one or both of you are determined to stay in this gridlock in the Five of Swords, it's gonna end up in this, the connection being released. But I don't think that's necessary. But let's hear from the angels. Angels, what's the advice for Libra? In the near future, unlikely. Let's get one more. Get more information. All right, so we have in the near future, unlikely, and get more info. Let's pull some additional cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle. What's the advice for Libra? Is someone just gonna give up on these? Advice for Libra. Thinker. Lots to think about. Serendipity. She talks about luck and timing. Last card we have is Milk and Honey, which talks about prosperity, abundance. All right, Libras, I am going to leave you here. I hope this was helpful for you, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.